Senate number. Bring me the Ron Paul campaign number in Virginia. You know what? I'm not going to even do that. I'll wait on that. But I mean, because we're just those paint chip eaters. We're just those people that put them on the map. We're just the people that brung them to the party. We're not all the young little Republican purebreds, in there thinking of their dreams of being big shots in there at the campaign headquarters. We're just those scum Americans that gave our money. Let's go ahead and talk to Bruce in New York. You're on the air, Bruce. Welcome.
God bless you. There's 2 points I want to make, and one is extremely urgent. I had received a warning about Obama prior to him even being chosen to be president. This warning was given to me through a newsletter dated March 2008, and this person that received this warning, I don't know if you believe in dreams and visions, but he received it through visions.
Ma'am, we're taking calls. We don't screen calls, but every once in a while I say, we're covering Ron Paul, Rand Paul, election 2012. Okay, did you call in about that?
This is important because it's about Obama, and if he gets back into office, what's going to happen? That's why I'm reading this. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, I got you. Obama's going to be the devil if we don't get Romney in. Is that the long and short of it?
Oh, no. No. What the long and short is that Obama is going to outlaw Christianity and bring in the nation of Islam. And to back that up, there is a speaker, Israeli speaker called Avi Lipkin, who has intelligent information through his wife.
All right, ma'am, God bless you. I appreciate your call. Send me that info. If Obama tried to ban Christianity, which they're trying to do incrementally, banning crosses, telling the Catholic Church you got to, hire people that aren't Catholic, you got to pay for abortions, that would cause a restoration through peaceful revolution overnight. Bring it on. Let's get it worse quicker. Let's wake people up. That's why they want Romney in now, to put everybody back to sleep, just like I said with Obama. They want to change horses. Adrian in Michigan, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Well, last week I was hoping to call in about delegates, but at this point it seems about pointless. Well, I suppose all I can say is that there's no way Rand will become the VP. There's no way Ron will become any cabinet position. Simply put, if you're going to become part of the elite, they run like a mafia. You're going to have to sell out. You're going to have to go through their initiation. You're going to have to either commit a crime or disclose personal information that can destroy you.
Absolutely. That's what, and maybe blackmail's going on. If not of Ron, who's very pious, but maybe of Rand. I'm not saying that. Who knows? But the point is, liberty is bigger than just the Paul name. And Paul has always humbly said that. So has Rand. Their voting records are good. This is just, again, their mindset is, what do we do with all this political capital? Might as well try to influence Romney. But the way it's been done, all of it, is not going to sit well with people. You sound pretty upset right now.
Yes, I am. And I agree that it is much bigger than Ron Paul. And that's because we all stand by an idea, and we stand behind an idea, and we stand by Ron Paul in that idea. And I hope that Ron Paul does change his strategy and support our principles here.
Well, that's right. I mean, this is a very dangerous game they're playing of trying to get Rand in there. That's clearly what's going on at some high level, or maybe even Paul. And they're going to be set up. And it's only, imagine, they get the Ron Paul movement broken up and discredited and then betray them. And I'm predicting that's what's going to come out of this. And I'm sick of it. You know, that's when I went haywire against Deborah Medina when she came out and agreed that it was despicable, 9/11 truthers, when she'd said it should be investigated. It's betrayal that I won't put up with. If Ron Paul was only 95% right, when he's about 99% right in my view, and I didn't totally agree with him, that'd be fine. It's when you make 180-degree changes. And Okay, you were going to be a delegate. Ted Anderson's one of the big main state delegates from Minnesota. I should get him on the show. When you're a big delegate and you're involved in all this, I mean, was the campaign not implying like you guys were going to take over and do something with the delegates, and now you're just being told go give them to, Romney?
I'm not completely sure about Paul yet, but that does sound like what Rand is doing right now.
All right, well, again, we'll have to get Ron Paul's take on all this, and he better get on it quick. Let's go ahead and talk to Robert in California. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex. How are you doing?
Good.
I've worked on the campaign since 2007 as a Los Angeles coordinator and recently as his state coordinator. And I can tell you I'm not going to disclose any sort of campaign things, but I can tell you about campaigns in general of how to win and how to lose. One of the things, especially in California, you have to have a start of an early presence. And back when he announced his presidency, we started organizing on the grassroots level and tried to get some help from the campaign just to get a letter to get the voter registration so we can start calling and making those necessary things to do when we can talk to voters and get votes. We worked very hard here in California getting those delegates that are now seen to be freed up to vote for whoever they want in the convention, but I believe that the people will live by their principles and vote for Ron Paul anyway. We were sort of disappointed on the announcement that he wasn't spending money out here instead of just remaining silent a week before our primary. So there are a few things that, you shouldn't be doing if you want to win elections.
Let me ask you this question. What do you make of Ron Paul saying, when you go to Tampa, be respectful?
Well, we're working on our own fight out here in California to take back the Republican Party, but we are respectful, but we're not wimps. In other words, we stand up to them, we tell them the truth. But we're respectful about it. I guess maybe in his term respectful doesn't mean, yelling and screaming and...
When the Republicans openly take the delegates away and change the rules and have police beat people over the head, how about Ron Paul tell the police not to do that to his supporters?
I think he should have done that and denounced their behavior. One of the things is that I learned in politics, because I ran for my own office and been helping other people run for their campaigns, it's 4 words. Government works by committee. And if we have a majority on that committee who are liberty and freedom people, no matter what the political office is, that's the way the committee will run. And what's happened is a lot of people have quit participating in their local governments. And that's what we see, is that the evil will actually take that place of where good people are not.
You're right. I appreciate your call. Look, here's what needs to be done. The Campaign for Liberty, its most important function is getting people to run locally for office. But they've got to be staunch constitutionalists. And I began quietly researching about a month ago Ted Cruz, just right here in Texas, and others being endorsed by Campaign for Liberty. And a lot of these people they are endorsing are not good. So I'm saying I'm across the board. I've kept my mouth shut. I'm seeing a lot. And again, the guy he's running against is horrible as well, even worse. But I mean, still, it's this idea of we're getting taken over, not them. I mean, Dewhurst is even worse. He's absolutely horrible. I get the mindset. I'm just saying this isn't how Ron Paul always operated. And the firestorm over this, our listeners are not very happy about this. And you can see the news. The news is picking up the fact they're not. We're not bad. I would warn the Paul operation. If you come out and attack your supporters, it's over. You will be deserted, 95%, just like that. You're on the plank right now, and if you jump off into the sharks, that's your problem. I mean, it's very, very simple. I care about the Pauls. I know they're good men. They're at a very high level now with a lot of stuff going on around them. I can understand the mindset of, hey, let's take over the Republican Party. But the way this is being executed, that's not how this is going to happen. And I think it's a sneak attack. I think the media is now going to exacerbate all this, tear everything apart. I believe it's a disaster in the making. And I've kept my mouth shut. That's all I can say right now. Zoe in Illinois. Zoe, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. I'm just a little old blind gal that doesn't know a whole lot, but I've been watching this for a while, and I'm worried, and I'm reserving judgment, but I've been worried about something for a while, that all of this may have been planned from the very beginning, even by the Pauls, and it may be that old Hegelian dialectic. And I don't want to think that. I'm trying not to, but, I was a Bush supporter at one time, and I always hang on and give people the benefit of the doubt, and I'm a Christian woman, and I believe in being civil to everybody as much as I can. I don't care who they are, but I still have my feelings. But that's what I'm worried, that maybe this was all just planned to get these libertarian people corralled, and then the people that don't like that, like us, will revolt, and then they'll clamp down on us.
I don't think that's what's happening, because you do judge a tree by its fruits. Real corrupt people can't continue to put out stuff that's coffin nails to the New World Order decade after decade and talk about CIA drug dealing. A sellout looks like Mitt Romney or Barack Obama. That's not what's happening here. They're there with all this political capital. They know it's perishable like a peach. We picked some peaches and some peach trees we've got, and they weren't totally ripe, and just 6 days later, they were already melting, already oozing, in the bag that we put them in, the shopping bag we put them in, so we had to eat them hurriedly. And so politically, they see all this capital, and they think they're going to make some deals, but we're not hearing about these deals. We're told, we're not talking to Romney. Then we learn there's meetings with Romney, closed door. We're being admonished to be respectful. I knew Paul couldn't go and get delegates and then try to contest things, that the media would spin that. And I kept saying, I don't get this delegate thing, but okay, if he wants to go cause a big furor there, that's wonderful. Now it's not a furor, it's sit down and be respectful. That was the tipping point with all the other data I've got. I've really reserved judgment on this, but God bless you. I appreciate your call. James, calling from Connecticut. You're on the air, James.
Hey, how you doing, Alex?
Good.
Hey, I wrote Rand Paul actually this morning. And gave him a little quote from it's actually a rapper named Immortal Technique. He says the problem with always being a conformist is that when you try to change the system from within, it's not you who changes the system. It's the system that eventually changes you. There is usually nothing wrong with compromising in the situation, but compromising yourself in a situation is another story completely. I completely believe that. I don't know what exactly he's doing. I hope he knows what he's doing, and he can, I don't really buy this whole idea that he's going to be able to change anything from the inside, because, how I just said, it's not going to be him that changes the system. The system's going to eventually change him.
Well, Campaign for Liberty is now going for more and more mainline Republican types. So really, it looks like meet the new boss, same as the old boss. If we're going to replace one line of old Republicans with people like slimy Ted Cruz, then how about we get the most slimy in there and get this over with? All this creeping around business is what's